WWE really shocked us on Monday Night Raw. We had LA Knight, show up and show out. He's not even on the Raw brand, but having him celebrate his Slim Jim Battle Royal victory, you know, backstage taking pictures, and then The Miz getting told to hold up. He comes out, he cuts a magnificent promo, how people disrespect him, and he's tired of it. He gets cut off by LA Knight himself, and I just can't get enough of this guy. He is definitely on the hype train. We've seen this before with other superstars. Zack Ryder, Ryback, and you know, it's something that can last a long time depending on how WWE handles it. Zack Ryder was famously wheeled off by Kane on a Monday Night Raw. He was thrown off the stage in a wheelchair. He was bamboozled after winning the Intercontinental Championship. You know, keep Vince away at all costs. Exactly, case move. Yes, Armin, we've seen the NBA 2K screenshots. Can't wait to talk about that on the LexxExpress Plus channel. Subscribe over there if you haven't. But LA Knight, you know, is just on a massive run in terms of fandom and reaction. And the way that the universe, the WWE universe, has really embraced him is amazing. Because LA Knight has just been himself through thick and thin, and he's made it work some way, somehow. Whether it was Max Dupree or facing Bray Wyatt, his promos have always been memorable because of his catchphrases and his demeanor to deliver them. When you combine that with The Miz, a veteran in the industry who definitely does not get enough credit for being as good as he is. LA Knight said it, he's always been safe, he's always been that guy that they could fall back on. And thanks, Jason. Appreciate the compliment. The Miz is one of those characters that he's easy to plug in, and he goes out there, he does his job, puts whoever he needs to put over, and if he needs to carry the company a little bit, he does. Whether it's the mid-card or main event scene, he's done it in different flashes for a week, 2 weeks, months, whatever they need, he's there. That's reliable Miz. And during that 20-year career that Miz was flexing on LA Knight, I love how LA Knight turned it around and pretty much told his story in a quick, easy format for the fans to not get lost in the sauce. He said, we were running parallels, I was finding my way in, and ultimately, here we are. The difference between you and I is that you take it in, you allow people to walk all over you, and that ain't me. I wasn't raised like that. You're just a stepping stone to the main event. Miz replies, I am the main event. And, you know, that bickering back and forth, it was just so well executed by both of them. And the crowd was really into it, of course. And I was really into it at home, watching it live with you guys on stream. So it was a good dynamic that they can build off of to truly give LA Knight something to work with. The biggest issue is that he was empty-handed at WrestleMania. He's been empty-handed in other pay-per-views. He had a good moment at the Money in the Bank where people thought he was going to win and he didn't. But ultimately, right now is the time to cash in on his hype and expand the brand, because he really is good. And, you know, let's be honest, he's 40 years old, which wasn't a problem for Batista in his heyday. Batista started late as well in WWE, but he's 40 years old, and right now is the time to capitalize. Not a year, 2 years from now. We gotta build up the character. And that's why we watch wrestling, to see these characters evolve. We can't just cheer and cheer and cheer. Look at Dolph Ziggler. We cheered for him for so long, it's almost like it got tiring. We love Dolph Ziggler, right? For the most part. A lot of people called him a poor man's HBK. Truth of the matter is, he's one hell of a worker. He's put on matches with his eyes closed. It's just that easy for him. He's that good. But he's constantly losing and just jobbing, putting people over. where they need him. Now, last year, what they did with Dolph Ziggler in NXT, that was gold. That was amazing with Braun Breaker. So if they are able to make a veteran relevant in that fashion, flip of a switch, they should be able to capitalize on LA Knight. It shouldn't be that difficult, especially with having the US title on SmackDown, not really doing much with that. You know, he didn't win the tournament. They didn't want to make it that obvious. I get it. They want to tell a compelling story, and using The Miz as his first target is what I think best for business. I know I'm taking a page right out of Triple H's book, but my goodness, what a setup for these two loudmouths to go at it, to ultimately lead into a matchup where we've seen Miz put on some good matches lately. He's wanted to, you know, shut them doubters up constantly, and he's been doing a lot of it lately with his matches on Raw. Whether it was with Ciampa or contender matches, The Miz is always reliable. WWE is cooking right now. You're right, Case Move. HBK is the greatest superstar of all time. Jason, a lot of people feel that way. Armin, 2K24 is definitely going to be a spectacle. It's only going to get better. But yeah, I'm happy for LA Knight. I'm even more happy for The Miz to do something relevant that we all care to see. And this is like the perfect storm. Let's see how it develops. I will constantly post these little clips on the channel, giving you guys my thoughts. And if you enjoy wrestling as much as we do here in the Lexxelverse, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Don't miss out on another video or stream. But hit me up in the comments. How do you feel about LA Knight going up against The Miz? I think it's awesome. Yeah.